What if the most powerful man in the Soviet Union ruled not only through speeches and armies, but through secret letters no one was supposed to see? Letters that could decide who lived and who disappeared. Hit subscribe plus bell. The truth is being hidden, and we're exposing it all. For decades, rumors circulated about private messages written by Joseph Stalin. Not public speeches, not official decrees, but short handwritten notes sent to secret police, party leaders, and ministers. Some historians believe these letters reveal the real Stalin, more ruthless, more paranoid, and more calculating than the public ever knew. In the 1920s and 1930s, the Soviet Union was transforming rapidly under Stalin's rule. The government controlled newspapers, radio, and public information. Everything the population saw was carefully crafted propaganda. But behind the scenes, Stalin preferred something far more direct. He wrote private letters. Many were short, sometimes only a few lines. Yet their consequences could be enormous. These letters were often sent to leaders of the Communist Party, regional officials, or the secret police. In them, Stalin criticized policies, demanded arrests, or ordered investigations. Sometimes he wrote in red pencil. These messages bypassed the official system. Instead of long bureaucratic procedures, Stalin could simply write a note, and suddenly entire campaigns would begin. One of the main recipients of these letters was Vyacheslav Molotov, one of Stalin's closest allies. Molotov received constant instructions, warnings, and political strategies directly from the Soviet leader. Many of these letters were not meant to survive, yet some did. When historians began studying Soviet archives after the fall of the Soviet Union, they discovered hundreds of these personal communications. What they revealed shocked many researchers. Stalin's letters were often blunt and aggressive. In one message during the early 1930s, he demanded harsher policies against peasants who resisted collectivization. This was during the period when the Soviet government forced millions of farmers into collective farms. Stalin also wrote letters about suspected enemies of the state. Sometimes he underlined words or added short comments like, "Arrest them," "Investigate immediately." Why has this not been done? These were not formal legal orders, but in Stalin's system, even a handwritten remark could start a chain reaction inside the security apparatus. The secret police, later known as the NKVD, often treated these notes as direct commands. One chilling aspect of these letters was their tone. Stalin often spoke about political opponents with extreme hostility, referring to them as traitors, spies, or saboteurs. Even high-ranking officials were not safe. Some of the same people who received letters from Stalin would later be arrested during the Great Purge in the late 1930s. Historians believe these letters reveal how Stalin maintained control over the Soviet leadership. By communicating privately, he could test loyalty, pressure allies, and monitor the entire system. No one knew who might be mentioned in the next message, and that uncertainty created fear. One of the most dramatic discoveries came from letters written during the height of political repression in 1937 and 1938. In several notes, Stalin personally approved lists of people to be executed or imprisoned. These documents became known as shooting lists. Thousands of names appeared on them. Stalin's signature often appeared beside them, sometimes along with approvals from other Soviet leaders. For decades, Soviet propaganda portrayed Stalin as a distant leader who was unaware of many abuses carried out by local officials. But the letters told a very different story. They showed direct involvement. They showed personal decisions. And they showed that some of the most brutal policies were not accidents of bureaucracy. They were encouraged at the very top. Today, these letters remain some of the most important documents for understanding Stalin's rule. They reveal a leader who preferred secrecy, personal control, and constant surveillance over the people around him. Publicly, Stalin appeared calm and confident. Privately, his letters show a man deeply suspicious, always searching for enemies, and willing to use the full power of the state against them. And perhaps the most unsettling part is this. Many of the decisions that shaped millions of lives began with nothing more than a few lines of handwriting on a piece of paper.